We are live. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Right.
Hey.
So JP here, Dimi over there, and I'm just quickly checking. We've got people from Bulgaria, Serbia, Northwest England, Netherlands, US, Greece, New Jersey, and just joining us from Los Angeles and Tanzania. And tonight I am from Ethiopia, so maybe my internet connection isn't that great, but still Dimi and I had been getting along well, so it's okay. And it's a new experience, you know, Dimi. I was flying from Cape Town and the airport was empty. I've never experienced anything like that in a very long time. It really made me realize.
I bet it was like in those zombie movies when you see that street, nobody's there.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. It was very, very strange, and but it made me realize how much the year has changed. So, yeah, what a strange thing. So, how's the situation up there in Romania?
I'm still in Bucharest, so nothing changed here. We are not in lockdown yet, so. But I'll fly to Paris in a couple of days with my part of my family, and most likely I'll experience that same feeling you had with the empty airport and all that.
Right, Paris. That's an interesting destination this time of the year, right? Mm.
Yeah, it's not pleasure. Some medical, it doesn't matter. Some we will go there for some medical things.
Right. Well, travel safe, and anyone else who is traveling during these crazy times, also hope you guys are traveling safe and keeping safe. The world is still in chaos, but this time we're all in it together. It's not only some of us and anyone not into it. Well, again, just welcome to everyone joining. Let's quickly just talk about what the Town Hall is all about. Town Hall is not a tutorial, and it's not to maybe show you something in depth. It is a chat. That's what it is. We are on the stage. Mostly Dimi is on the stage. I'm just your master of ceremonies, fielding the questions to him, and then we just talk, and you guys can ask questions. But I'm pretty sure. Regarding feature requests, guys, we try, we talk about that a lot. And if you go watch the older town halls, you will know what is in the works, what isn't. So it's always a matter of being patient and what is coming next. So, Dimi, what shall we start with tonight?
We shall start with the big surprise, right? We've tried to keep it under wraps a bit more, but as it happens, we've decided to put it out there. We just wanted to let you know right from the get-go that we've launched 2.2 right like 30 minutes ago, something like this, and this was that long-awaited design update. We've added 21 layout packs. I think you'll really like them. We've put a lot of work into them. There are 14 in Pro and 7 in free. So if you update Brizy free and pro right now, you'll get access to all those nice and cool layout packs that you can start using right away. All the images are included. Everything there is included. You'll be able to start working and using them tonight. So this is our big surprise for you guys. We've launched this cool design update. Actually, I think last time we've discussed stories, that new product, stories, and the membership functionality was next. But we've received some requests and recommendations from our community. I think someone wrote to us on our WhatsApp community. It's an unofficial community, but they wrote there and suggested to move the design update a bit, as it is a bit more important, and we've discussed and agreed that it is. So this is that update. I hope you guys you'll take them all for a spin and give us some feedback. We'll communicate on the Facebook community and on email. So that's about it with the big surprise tonight.
Right, and as Michael is saying, everyone is switching over to their Brizy to update and to see what's in 2.2 at this moment.
Don't leave the live stream yet.
You can keep the tab open and listen to our voices at least, right? So, right. Okay, let's start with a few questions, and I'll try to see if we can see a few questions that we've not seen before. And I think let's start with Mario, who had basically asked the first question regarding responsive breakpoints.
Yeah, Mario, we had that, we discussed about this internally, I think 2 years ago, and we want to do it. It's on the list for a long time. We'll eventually get to it. We didn't work anything in that regard yet, but I know for sure that is on the list, and we had great discussions and back and forth here inside the office about it. We want to there, and it will be there for sure eventually. I'm not sure I can give you something more concrete right now. Just this is the most I can give you, that it will be there eventually. More than this, I can't say. Where we have our fingers in a couple right now, and the responsive breakpoint, it doesn't take a higher place in priority right now, but it will be there eventually for sure. The way we see it is that we let you control all those breaking points and add more breaking points. We have a cool idea how to do it, but it needs to stay in the cooker a bit more, I guess. I can hear you, GP. I can hear you for some reason. I don't know why. No, I can't hear you. Technology is playing on us, right? It says I'm in the show. Yeah, I'm okay now. I can hear you,
right,
GP?
here too. Yep, same. Yep.
Can hear you. Did I talk alone with the response for the breakpoints?
No, I think it was me who talked alone. You were okay, and then you dropped off, and I kept talking by myself. Yeah, so
yeah, I dropped off because I've refresh. I thought maybe something on my side, but that's why I went out for a bit.
Nope.
Any update on Brizy Cloud with blog option? Yes, any update? We are working on it, and we are actually working on it for some time now, and we are working on it actively. So the teams is working on that right now. I can't tell you exactly when it will come, because there are a couple of pieces that need to come together for blogging in the cloud. We are also working on a ACF option that will let you create custom fields. I think we've GP, if I'm not mistaken, we've showcased something related to that last time. Yep. If you guys go to check out our last town hall, or it was a webinar, I can't remember exactly. Anyway, we've showcased a couple of options there that are all already working in Brizy Cloud. Of course, you don't have access to it because we've showcased something on internal beta testing, but we are working on it, and I think this will be the new major update that will come to Brizy Cloud. This will be the blogging part.
Right, and saying a good evening to Zoltan in Hungary.
Hey, Zoltan.
And also to James there, good morning in Colombia. On the 2.2 update, Dimi, is that also in cloud?
Yes, of course, it is in cloud. I'm not sure the guys already did it. I didn't check, but in general, with the updates, you can keep this in mind. Since we've launched Brizy Sync, that feature that lets you move blocks around from cloud to WordPress and things like that. All the updates, there is no WordPress and cloud updates, so they are pushed together in a way. So if there is a small difference between them, it might appear, but usually when there are updates that are related to the builder, they are done in WordPress and in cloud as well.
Right, so Stratos talks about Fluent fonts. Now, I know I've dabbled around a little bit with Fluent fonts recently, and I still think very much at the beginning stages, but it's something that you never know how popular it can become. So have you worked with Fluent fonts, Dimi?
No. It's actually it's the first time I'm hearing about them, but
well, if you go to Adobe Fonts, which is where I work with them, they have a new section where you select it and it will say Fluent Fonts. And the whole thing about it is it's scalable. It's like a vector and it will scale with your image. Of course, fonts are scalable, but it is responsive. Let's rather call it responsive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. We've used Adobe Fonts, and I think it was called Typekit at some point. I'm not sure if it's still around, but we've worked with them and we know them. But it's very interesting. Like let me just note it down here, and I'll look into it and maybe discuss it with. But it's something that the font comes with, basically, right? The font is made in a way where the system needs to work in a way that understands those fonts and does something with them. But I'll look into that.
WooCommerce or e-commerce, and then I would really recommend you guys not to use the word WooCommerce when talking about cloud. E-commerce. WooCommerce is WordPress. It is the name of a product, like it's the name of a car. So e-commerce for cloud.
E-commerce for cloud. Yes, that is for sure on the list. We need to put some important blocks first, right? This dynamic part in Brizy Cloud is pretty complex, and we'd want blogging first. This is our main focus right now. E-commerce and e-shops in the cloud are on the list, and we have a very interesting plan there to integrate an open source. Actually, it's not. I mistake. It's not open source, but we'll implement and we'll license an e-shop that can that have some very powerful APIs, and it will let us create WooCommerce in the cloud if you want. But that is further along the way. Shopping is pretty complex. You have all those shippings, rates, pricings, conversions. It's pretty complex. We have the know-how and we can do it, but it needs to be further down the road. We want blogging first to be top notch, and I think we'll have a lighter e-commerce there first. In the terms of payments, maybe we'll have. I think we'll have some light payments integrations that will let you sell some stuff, but not create a huge shop like you can do with WooCommerce. But we'll take it step by step. It will be there eventually for sure. E-commerce in the cloud. That is the plan. That is the plan, at least.
And I think, just tackling these questions that we usually get, Anthony and a few others have just talked also again about SEO integrations or abilities. And I know there's a few more questions regarding SEO for Brizy Cloud, especially Brizy Cloud.
Yeah, for sure. SEO is usually, and we'll have to do a couple of videos on this. I'm not an SEO expert not by a long shot, but SEO, I think it's a bit misunderstood, and also I'm not sure influencers or other popular channels out there do the best job in explaining it. SEO part our responsibility in the terms of putting the options out there to let you put titles, create metas, let you select all the H1s, H2s, and put some HTML options in there. But it's also partly your responsibility as a user, right? SEO is very complex, and a lot of variables. A lot of variables are in your control in a way. You can create more links that point to your website by creating excellent content or having a cool article or a cool product that people link to it or things like that. So SEO, let me see. Can you fix also the SEO in cloud, SEO keywords per page? Yes, the SEO keywords per page will be this option will be added in our update with the blogging, because we'll change the interface a bit and put more things in there. So there will be a field with a keyword that can be put there for each page. So that's about it in this regard. I think we have all the options there. Besides this specific page keyword option, I think everything is already there. You can put meta, you can put titles for pages, you can put title for your entire websites and meta. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Please let me know. But SEO in general is not. I see a lot this question a bunch of times. I saw it. Is SEO, the options in SEO doesn't bring you first in Google, right? You need to put some legwork in there.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm just scrolling up here to go back. And I have to say, it's very interesting. We all have very different building styles. I used to be, I would say a few years ago, everything that moved, I would put it on my page. If there was something out that had animation in it, I threw it in there. But I've kind of lost my love for animation. I'm not always so sure, especially on mobile devices. I'm not a big fan of animation, because I've seen now you can put animation, and then if you don't get it right and somebody scrolls on the cell phone, they miss that animation and they miss that thing that were coming on there. So I forget this, but Cole reminded us, and I'm also curious about the scroll animations. How's that coming along?
Yeah, we have the prototype already done in the design part, and I'm not sure the guys already started working on this yet. But it will come, I think, early next year, something like this, because me and Bogdan, and I know a couple others, other designers and freelancers out there that use Brizy, can't wait for those nifty little things, because you want to put something in there, maybe make it not so obvious or so bothersome, or throw every animation you can think of on the page, but something there. In this regard, we don't have anything there, so I can't wait for the scroll animations. And we didn't. I've told you guys this already. We didn't invent anything there. You'll find the same options or same animations that you'll find in any other builder. We didn't reinvented the wheel there, but what I think we did, we've stripped down any excess usability problems, and we'll make it very, very easy to use, and the Brizy way. So I think you'll appreciate it once we'll launch it. I think next year for sure, but I'm not sure when exactly. Maybe in the first couple of months.
Right. Thank you, Cole, for that question. A few questions on API, and I think let's say API for WordPress. Let's focus on that.
Yeah, I'll touch on all of them. We are working on a couple of APIs. We've put the basis for our third-party API on WordPress. What we did when we started to work on API a couple of months ago, when you're we needed to rewrite a couple of things and retool a couple of things, because when you have an API that anyone can develop on it, you also need to have the main tool perfect on that API. So basically, the main tool needs to be developed on the same API. So when we started to write the APIs, we needed to retool some things to make the code work on the same API. We also started to write documentation for the API at the same time. So things progressed a bit slower, and we still need some time, but we'll get there. Next year we'll have the API for sure, not only for WordPress, but we're also working for APIs for the cloud. And we've touched on this GP last time in our last webinar. We'll have in the cloud a section with apps that developers can use those APIs to create all sorts of apps for Brizy Cloud. And yeah, everything is in the works and is moving along. Something slower, something faster, but we'll have APIs next year for sure.
Right. So I think Jay, coming back to the animation, but from a different perspective, is talking about scroll bar styling and smooth scrolling, right? So we know if you are working with a theme, you probably can get these functions from the theme, but how about like smooth scrolling and those kind of settings for, I mean, both.
Yeah.
But I do believe smooth scrolling, we do get it, but it's probably not tweakable at this moment.
Yeah, it's. I think a smooth scroll. It's a bit tricky to implement, because different browsers interpret it and do it different. For example, we've tested something like this in the past, and in Firefox they have a sort of a smooth scroll already implemented there, if I'm not mistaken. And those scripts and created some weird problems. We can. Right now, smooth scrolling, it's not. I can tell you, I'm not sure it's on the list. Scroll bar styling, very interesting. I never thought about that, but now that you say it, yeah, sounds like something. This is in the past years I've saw tens of thousands of requests, and scroll bar styling is the first time I'm seeing it, so it caught me by surprise. You
can count on Jay to surprise us.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Scroll bar styling. It's not on the list. I'll note it down right now and discuss it with the guys. But don't hold your breath, to so to speak. Scroll bar styling.
Okay, so we jump from that. Stratos is talking about widgets as elements to when building. So we're on the WordPress here.
Especially if you build the e-commerce websites, I need widgets. I'm not sure, Stratos, I understand exactly the question. Widgets as elements to add when building. Widgets in terms of shortcodes, or because you can use our shortcode element to display anything you want on your Brizy pages, right?
I think we're talking about the normal widgets that we usually put in the sidebar, right? I think this is what we're talking about, and being able maybe to bring those in and display them.
Yeah, sure, but I think we have a sidebar. We don't have a sidebar element. It's a bit late, so I'm compiling a bit.
I'm checking. Stratos, do you have any follow up on that?
Yeah, Stratos, let me get back to you on that on email. You can contact me on dimi@brizy.io, and we can discuss about it further. Not to keep just to keep the conversation going here in the live stream, and not doing a lot of follow ups and a lot of. Mostly not embarrassing ourselves, right? Because we don't know the answers, me especially. But let's pick on that after the live stream in the next days, and I'll get back to you on that on widgets, and you can also clarify exactly the question, because I know we have some tools there that will help you bring WordPress widgets and shortcodes and all those in the. You must. The sidebar or install a plugin to cover. Yeah, you need to add them in a sidebar, exactly. So I was right.
Or you can convert them to shortcode. I know there's some of that going on, that you can actually put them in other blocks by using a shortcode. That's a conversion for that.
Exactly, but I think you need the plugin for that.
Yes, right.
I don't have anything concrete to tell you right now, but let me just note this down and discuss it with the guys. So widgets as elements.
Right. So let's talk then. I see it's interesting, the questions. If I give them long enough time, I can group some of them together. And we are back on the topic that we had in the previous town hall, and that's all about a theme and starter themes, and why use third-party themes, and where is a starter theme, and what's going on. Is it in the works?
Yeah,
right?
I see that Hisham. I'm not sure if I think I've butchered your name. Sorry Hisham. About that. Yeah. You are better with this GP. I see that he says there is one Brizy starter team, but it's not great. Look, the Brizy starter team is perfect. It's not great. Is excellent for no.
It's good enough.
It's no. It's not good enough. It's perfect. It's perfect for what it needs to do. The problem I think there is that you are having other expectations for a starter team, right? Because what we did with the Brizy starter team, we strip it down and we've removed any excess fat, any script, anything that it was basically there without the need to be there. And it doesn't have any options whatsoever. You don't install the Brizy starter team to have options in the team or something like this. You install the Brizy starter team when you want to start from scratch on a blank canvas, and you put Brizy on top to do the heavy lifting, the Brizy Free and the Brizy Pro. So basically, the Brizy starter team is an empty team. It doesn't have anything there. In fact, it removes things, especially because we wanted to be a very light team. But I'm not sure you can rely on. I'm not sure exactly why you rely on. You feel the need, or you feel that you need to rely on the team so much, because I usually use some of our partner teams, but you can also create teams from websites, from very complex websites from scratch, only with Brizy Free and Brizy Pro, without the need of a theme. So basically, I'm not sure exactly if how you rely on the team, maybe on the WooCommerce part, but we are still developing that. We're still adding a couple of things there, improvements and things like that. But if you're looking for a great team, you can look on our website in the partner section. We have a couple of great teams. We have Blocksy, we have Neve, we have Astra, and all those. The Page Builder framework is a great team as well. So there are options there to choose if you're looking to use a team. It doesn't have to be a starter team, but usually, to my knowledge, starter teams come with empty options. You don't have anything there. They are basically empty themes. They don't bring too much on the table. In fact, they subtract some things from the table in order not to be it more light and more fast and things like that.
Funnels. Do we have a choice tonight? No. Can we see the funnels tonight or not?
Yeah. You guys will see the design for the funnels tonight. It's already decided, because we've kept pushing that for so long that we'll showcase it. This is our other surprise, basically, for tonight. So I'll share my screen in a moment later on, and I'll show you the design there. Funnels in Brizy Cloud. I'm sorry, but I'll need the Notorious Boo. Nice name. I need to disappoint you, the Notorious Boo, because Brizy Cloud will not have funnels right away. We'll implement funnels in WordPress first, and that will be next year. Funnels need that shopping functionality, need that WooCommerce, and because we have WooCommerce there already, it will be an easier way to pull funnels off and implement it in WordPress first, and that will give us a good idea on and a test bed and to see how it will work, and then bring them to Brizy Cloud. Most likely we'll need to have some payment options implemented in Brizy Cloud before bringing funnels in, because payments is an integral part of conversion and of funnels. So in Brizy Cloud next year, but I can tell you maybe in the second half or something like this. I can't put a finger on it.
Right. Interesting question from Heinrich. How is Cloud CMS coming along?
Yeah, but we are pushing hard on that blogging and on that new interface. If you go to our last webinar where we showcased some things that we have internally already working and we are testing them, you'll see that we've modified the interface a bit, and we are working on that custom fields integration there, and blogging, and there are some cool things there that we are working on. A lot of progress was made already, and we have some things working already, but we still need some time in the cooker. I've talked with Sergio today actually, and we've talked about some deadlines, because I hate giving you guys some next year, something in the future, some timelines like this. I want to give you something more concrete, but it's very hard to give that, and unfortunately, I've done the mistake to put some and create some false expectations in the past, and I don't want to do that. So I've talked with Sergio today, and he told me that we still need some time there. But once we start pushing things out, updates and will be more fluent, and a lot of things will come like an avalanche, will come very fast. Because
avalanche is very destructive.
Yeah, you know what I mean, very fast. Right. Because we are working on a couple of things that need to come together, and once those will come together, we'll do the updates, and a couple of updates will come very fast, and we'll have blogging, we'll have ACF, we'll have webhooks, we'll have some cool things there. We have the apps integrations and APIs and things like that. So yeah.
So we were talking about expectations, and just before the webinar started, you and I were talking about what's going to happen for the next of the year. So I think this question from Dusan, when will the web stories come out? Let's combine this with what we were talking about earlier. What can people be expecting for the next, month or two, so that they can be peaceful going into Christmas and New Year, knowing, okay, this is maybe what will be coming, and don't get too excited over things that will only come next year.
Yeah, for sure. We have this was actually the plan. If you'll watch the last two webinars, I think you'll see that this is we're like a broken record. This was actually exactly this was the plan. We had tonight the design update, so we've added 21 layout packs tonight, and after this update, the next update that might be done, and I think it will be done by the end of the year, it will be web stories. The web stories functionality is already done. I'm not sure if we have like I think 50 design stories. We have some templates there as well, and we have around 50 in the works right now. I think already 30 or so are already designed and await implementation. I'm not sure if those will be in, but we'll do our best to have those web stories designs already in when we launch web stories. And I'm not sure exactly if the membership functionality will be in as well, but it might be. So expect the next update to be web stories and the membership functionality we've talked, I think, 2 webinars ago. And this is expected by the end of the year, or at most very early to 2021.
Right. So those will be the updates that we will see within the next month. Will be stories, and it will be for both WordPress and cloud.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Good. Right. So interesting one, because I saw that on the YouTube channel as well, with the tutorial on how to set up a login, but the challenge remains that the login doesn't change to logout. But I was thinking, based on what we did previously, where you were showing the membership feature that will come in and which areas will show based on certain conditions, this is something that would probably work in such a case, you know?
Yes, exactly. But I think this now that I'm seeing this might be a bug. Actually, I'm not 100% sure, but or it might be we might need to improve this login form a bit. Because I remember that when I've created that that login for our membership showcase that night, I remember that it showed the logout options after we were logged in. So this might be Osana, this might be a bug. Let me note it down right now. It doesn't.
Okay, so there are a lot here for funnels.
Oh, funnels, yeah. Yeah, but I need to preface this a bit with telling you that this is the design only. It's not working. We don't have any betas or things like that. So sweet funnels, yeah, we'll showcase it.
Right. So Dusan is hoping that those stories can come by Christmas. And remember, I was just also speaking to Dimi about Christmas. So in Moldova and over here in Ethiopia, they celebrate Christmas on January 7th. So be clear which Christmas you're talking about when we have that. Okay. And then there, Adam also asking about funnels. Right. I think we are very funnel one track minded tonight. Cookie preset is already in the pop. Okay, right. So let's clear up a little bit about the GDPR and the cookies presets and stuff like that, because we do know we have one in the pop-ups. Is that a legitimate method at this moment of logging the cookies for the GDPR?
No, if you want to cut cookies, that is a legit option if you want to notify your users about using cookies and pointing them to your terms and conditions and things like that. But it's not a way of cutting cookies if you want. So basically, you don't have those options that let you control what cookies are installed and things like that. If you want to do it like that in WordPress, you have different plugins. There are numerous plugins that can be used to let you control the cookie installations or agreements or things like that. But you can if you go with the route of notifying your users that if they want to continue, they'll need to basically they agree with using your website and with all the cookie policy and your terms and conditions, and link to those terms and conditions. You can use the Brizy pop-up builder, and we've actually built some cookie presets in there just to give you an idea how to use it. But of course you can edit it and put links there and modify it in any way you like.
Right, so here is a question on layouts for e-commerce. This question we had last time as well. There will be layouts for WooCommerce, for WordPress in the future, and
also for blogging. The reason we've postponed this the design on these parts a bit is because we still needed to work on the dynamic content part a bit to make it more powerful. And we are still improving that. As you know, the e-commerce also on WordPress and on WooCommerce and also in our blog posts, the archive element is not drawing or designing is not showing the posts in the in the builder, you see only those how do you call those placeholders, right? You see those placeholders when you add the archive element, and there are still those improvements that we need to do. Actually, I was talking with Sergio today, and he told me that we're nearly there with that recoding, because we've recoded a couple of things in how dynamic content works and how the posts element specifically works, in order to make that happen. And we've also coded in a very complex query system that will let you select all kinds of blog posts to display, or tags, categories, authors. It's a very complex system, and it's easy to use, but is complex in the terms of the power that puts in your hands. And we need those in first. We need those in, because if we would put the designs and the functionality, the layout there first, it will not be a fully Brizy way experience. And we want that brought to 100%, and that put the designs in. What I can tell you on the design part, that we have 60 layout, 60 marketing landing pages in the works. 20 are already designed, and we're working on the next 40. They are all marketing oriented, with all the structure a landing page has. And also we have 50 web stories in the works. We actually also have a couple with Christmas presents and Christmas things related to web stories. So we're forced to bring the web stories before Christmas.
So it will be Christmas 2020 still then, right?
Exactly. And why I've told you about the design part is because once we finish the marketing landing pages and also those web stories, these two projects, and I think that will be finished in the next month or so. The design process will start with the e-commerce and the blogging. So we'll work on those designs. We'll have e-commerce product listings and e-commerce product details. And on blogging, we'll have, of course, blogging listings and blogging single designs. So we'll work on that, and for sure it will come next year. We want to put more fire on more wood on fire, and to move things faster on the design part. So I'm confident that maybe next year in the first half we'll have a huge update regarding the dynamic part with e-commerce and blogging.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. Right.
Yeah,
so
me too, actually, because it's kind of right. Everything is very easy to use. Everything is coded and made the Brizy way. But when you're starting working on those dynamic parts with e-commerce or with blogging, it's kind of if you're not a designer or if you're not a freelancer, to put things to move things fast and put it in place, it's a bit dragging to start every time working and creating them from scratch. But we'll address that in the next month. So yeah.
Apps as in PWA.
I'm apps as in PWA. You'll need to go a bit more on PWA there, because
Okay, so I'm not the only one. That's why I'm smiling.
you've caught me off guard. I'm not sure what they stand for. So
okay,
yeah.
Please elaborate for us on that. In the meantime, Richard is asking about A/B testing.
No. It's A/B testing is on the list, and we know how to do it, and we have a super cool idea of how to create the A/B testing. I can walk you through a bit, but only with words, because this is on the list, and it's not yet. We didn't start anything there yet, and considering with all the things that we need to do, I think it needs to stay on that list a bit more. How we want to do it is not do it we saw it in a lot of SaaS projects out there. I will not name names. It doesn't really matter. But how they usually do it is they duplicate the whole page, right? If you want to create a landing page, for example, you'll duplicate the whole page and you'll create an A/B testing, a split testing. But in that page, you'll how you usually test things when you split test. You don't modify 5 things, right? You do very specific tests on very precise modifications. For example, you modify a title, a color, a title, something very subtle, and very specific. And how we'll do it, we want to bring that down to the block level. So basically, you'll be able to create A/B testings at the block level. You'll be able to create a block and duplicate that block, and we have some crazy ideas how to flip those blocks to let you switch between them, and it will be something really cool, in my opinion. Let us give us some time, and maybe next year we'll have that ready. A/B testing for sure is something that is needed, and it's important for conversion and for things like that. And it will be in, but we need some time to start the work on that.
Right. So Arvin is also asking something which I remember we mentioned. It's going to get little numbers and things like that for the columns when we do resizing. What happened to that one?
Yeah, what happened? We have that. I actually recently I've created another urgent issue about this. But the guys were neck deep in other stuff, and we didn't get to that. But I'll keep pushing on this modification. And this is not a huge big problem for the desktop view. Is especially it will be especially helpful for the responsive view, because there the columns work a bit differently. As you know, you can drag them and put them on different rows and things like that. And if you are like me, for example, because I have this ADD thing, I need to catch that 50% exactly. It's a bit hard in the responsive views, but I promise you that we'll move this up the list, and maybe it will bring this improvement in one of the next updates.
So, Brizy, question from me. I mean, one of the things that I thought of the very first time, which is now May 2018, the first time I started working with Brizy, is that how we can drag the padding at the top and the bottom for a block. Why is that not also available in columns or on the left and the right?
It's a very good question, and there was always the plan to move paddings and margins in the interface for everything, but this is we kept postponing this, working on it a bit. Partly because we have other important things to do, and I'd argue that they are more important, these things we are all working on, so those can wait a bit more. But partly because there are some very interesting usability and ease of use considerations there, because when you start moving everything on the interface, I think we need to take some decisions there and see how we would do it in a way that you can still drag things around, you can still play with margins and paddings directly in the builder, and keep that ease of use, because we don't want to let you fiddle with not knowing when you drag the padding, when you put the margins. You are doing on element, you are doing in the column. I think there is a middle solution here that will still keep all the ease of use and usability, and also bring some power of controlling that in the interface. Maybe I'm thinking out loud here. Maybe if we bring it only on columns and we leave the elements aside to control it in the sidebar, maybe maybe bring only one, maybe bring only padding and not margins as well. And there are some questions here, and some answers need to be found from this usability perspective. But and we are still we'll still discuss about this. We've discussed it a couple of times, but we've kept postponing it. Other important things appeared, and it's not at a high priority right now. But it is on the list for sure. At some point, maybe it will come.
Great. So Charlie has another question about syncing. Okay, so eCommerce, I think it's in the future. Will it sync to own server?
It's in the future, and I tend to. There are some unknowns here with eCommerce as firstly, but so because there are these unknowns yet, and we are discussing things, and there are some questions to be answered and things like that. I can't tell you 100%, but I tend to say yes, because everything that we do in Brizy Cloud will work with sync. So eCommerce will also output the same content, right? It will output static content, static products, static listings, and things like that. So I can't see why you would not be able to sync it on your server.
Okay, so let me see. Let's look at. Please, Dimi, tell me that you will free current style option by adding a My Style Add New feature, please.
I'd like to tell you that, but how we have the foundation built right there, we still need to look into it. I know that this question came a couple of times, and this request, we've discussed it a bit, and how things are working and were built right now. There needs to be some retooling, some recoding there on how global styles and styles in general work, in order to put an option like that to let you add a new style option, the same way you do with fonts, right? Because on typography we have those pluses there that you can add the multiple typography options, and we'll still need to look into it. I know that Sergio and the guys want to next year want to start recoding some of the builder and improving some things that will let us develop things a bit faster. And maybe that is the time when we'll look into this as well. I'll put it right here on the list right now, because I've noted everything you guys. Yeah, GP.
Yeah, and you know, one thing here that I remember in one of the webinars where we were looking at the stories, this question about the styling came up for the stories, and it stuck in my head. And I remember one morning I was walking the dogs, and I thought I need to ask you. So I remember the question about stories was, we have the styling option, but if I apply that styling to the story, it will also change the global styling of my entire site, right? So that is also some. No, will the
no, because the stories
styling...
are no. Of course, the answer is of course not, because WordPress, the web stories are basically different product, different.
Oh,
it's a different builder there. When you
right.
create a web story, it's like you create a new project, right? You create a web story, and that web story has its global colors and typography, but it applies to that web story only. It's right. Not something that spills over to your main website.
Okay, so that clears that one for me, because this was something what I was thinking, how will that work together? But Dimi, if that is possible, so at the moment our global styling is tied to a project, right? Is it possible that there can be a feature like it's tied to just a specific page, that you can have a different style for just one page and apply another style to a different page?
You can have one style for a specific page. You just go through the page and create your style, like a custom style, and that's the style for your page. I wanted to tangentially make a joke here. Of course, I know what you mean. You mean that have multiple styles and apply different styles on different pages. But
right.
That's a bit overkill. I'm not sure how you'll. That's a bit from the top of my head. That would be an immense amount of work and energy on our part, on Brizy's part, to let you do things like that. And I can't see the actual gain of it, right? Because if you need if there are cases, and I bet there are very fringe cases where you'll use that, you just can go through the page and put it on a custom styling and just go through it and do it like that. But I don't see.
Right. So let's look.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see it global styling working like that in the future. No.
Right. Lowercase, uppercase, strike through.
Yep. We have and maybe we'll do a showcase for the design. We have the toolbars, the new toolbars, and the proposed prototypes for designs already done for that encapsulates and have all these options you mentioned here. That is on the list to be added for the text. I think Sergio mentioned today when we've talked something about the text that is rewritten, but I'm not sure if the whole element with the new options or only the rich text that the element uses. But we have this on the list, and it will be added. We'll need GP to make one of our next town halls. We'll need to put on the list to maybe showcase some of our ideas regarding the UI that we already have designed, and we are discussing on it, and some of it will be implemented for sure. But we'll give some insight to our community and users to see how things are progressing on that part. Let me just put it down one more time. So text.
Okay. Custom icons. I think we talked about custom icons before.
Yeah, we've talked about it, and we have actually we have some design for a custom icon library as well. We can showcase that as well at some point. We didn't start anything there to work and work anything there. It will come at some point, but don't hold your breath right now. We've recently put the Font Awesome library there, so we've increased the number of icons. I know, and I feel the same need for custom icon uploads. But there are some questions there. There are some things of priorities right now, and also there are some questions there regarding on the technical part with the SGVs and uploads and things like that. Of course, as with all the things technical, we've always found ways to do it, jumping fences, breaking walls, and things like that. But it still needs some time to. I actually personally contacted one of the founders from a very, very cool icon website. They do and design icons like illustrations. They are called the Round Icons. It's a very cool, very, very cool. We recommend it. And I've personally talked with the founder there, and we can bring some of those very cool icons in our library when it will be implemented. But until then, maybe next year. GP and Dimi, thanks for taking the time to answer questions. Our pleasure. Keep a great connection with the community. We do our best. I know that we are not always on the top of our game, and having it's
me too. Really, I'm guilty as well. All right.
It's a bit hard. Sometimes it's a bit hard because there are so many when you're dealing with a bigger and bigger community. There are so many requests and so many things to consider, and to be in all sorts of places. Be on Facebook, be on the WhatsApp unofficial community, be on YouTube, do some videos, communicate with different founders, different strategies, different promotions, different things. So we are not always on top of our game regarding communication, but we do our best. And thanks for the compliment.
Yeah,
SVG
I
icon
see
files.
Chris and Kai both talked about the SVG for icons. I'm also one of those people. I just go for SVGs.
Yeah, for sure. We
yeah.
are doing this as well. Anytime you can use SVGs to upload them in your project. Do that, because it's better from all sorts of points. Two come to mind. One, the SVGs are very light, and two, they are vectors, so you can scale them to your liking. The only thing in WordPress, and it makes sense to be like this. You'll need to you can upload them via the Brizy upload image upload functions, but you'll need to turn on that HVG upload settings from the plugin, because as you know, in HVGs there is a certain code that can be executed on the server, and there are some security concerns there, so WordPress doesn't let you by default upload SVGs.
Yeah, so when you work with the SVG, know where you get your files from, and feel safe working with SVG. Others stick with PNG. Okay, Digital Biz Startup say, question please, is there a way to save and download the completed website page if I wanted to upload it to a new WordPress installation and domain? Not with Brizy, but there are many plugins that can do this for you. There's a super amount of plugins. Chris is definitely going to tell us his favorite in the next 5 seconds. Come, Chris. What do you use?
You can actually do that with the regular export import from WordPress.
Right.
For example, you can go to WordPress and export your page or project, the entire website if you want, and then you'll get an XML file. Backup body. Thanks, Chris. And you can export that and import it back in another WordPress installation, and it will go. But if you want to move, for example, a landing page or 2-3 pages, you don't even need that. You can go through Brizy Cloud, right? You just connect your Brizy account, sync those layouts or blocks into your Brizy account, and then connect back into your new WordPress admin and bring those layouts or blocks into. Yeah, thanks, Jay. I bet there are hundreds of backup plugins that you can use to move things around. Yeah. We've got this question a lot with import export, and I've discussed it with the guys actually yesterday, and we are thinking and we are discussing about a way to do it directly in the builder, to be able to export the JSON file that the builder uses and import it in other instances of Brizy where you use it, and that helps you not only with exporting and importing, but it helps you on the business side, because we've received this question related to the business opportunity. For example, one of our users wanted to create Brizy layouts that wanted to sell on his website or on marketplaces like Envato, and that function will let you import and export layouts in this matter.
Do we have a showcase tonight?
Yeah, but yes, sure. Let me just open my.
Okay. Right. No comments for the next few seconds. There's no voting tonight. We're just getting the showcase. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me see where I have my.
Okay, Kai, I will keep your question as the last question after the showcase. Then we'll talk about white label.
I think we can talk about white label if you want to keep it for.
This question actually came up a few times, guys. So I just group it all together, white label, and this would be especially for Brizy Cloud, especially, but both.
Yeah, for Brizy Cloud. Let me see. Please mention. Yeah, sure. There is, the white label in Brizy Cloud is not only a matter of letting you brand the backend, right? The dashboard in Brizy Cloud, to brand it with your logo and things like that. It's not like in WordPress, the white label in Brizy Cloud. And this is because being software as a service in Brizy Cloud and everything managed on our servers, there are a bunch of other considerations. For example, if your client comes to breezy.io, it doesn't matter if your dashboard is branded with your logo, Kai, right? Because he instantly knows that that is another business. That is not your business. So we need to create there a couple of things. We need to let you first, and this is the easiest part, to let you brand the backend, the dashboard. So you'll be able to put your logo in there. So clients will see your actual logo when they log in. We also need to let you change the domain name server. So for example, we'll need to create a way for you to mask the breezy.io with your domain. So for example, your clients will come to kai.com. And actually, in the backend, Brizy will do the heavy lifting, but they will come to your domain. We also need to handle all the redirects and all the notifications. For example, if and when you invite a team member in Brizy Cloud, all the notifications needs to go from your email, not from breezy.io at notifications, whatever. And that, again, poses more complexities. And eventually, the bottom line is we need to instance all the licenses and all that we are using on Brizy Cloud for your instance, right? Because we are using all sorts of domains for the live preview, all sorts of licenses for security, SSL. Everything is instance for us right now, and we need to create that like different instances. So it's very complex and poses some things. The guys already started the work, and we are progressing. And eventually, the white label in Brizy Cloud will not be only to brand the Brizy dashboard and all the other things. It will let you sell the Brizy products as your own. So basically, you'll also have ways to control the pricing. So, for example, at start, you'll only be able to sell our products. So the personal plan, the studio plan, you will not be able to control anything inside the plans, to remove projects or put fewer views or things like that. So you'll be able to sell only the plans we are selling at first, but maybe we'll develop that a bit more and let you control certain stuff there. But you'll be able to control the price. So if we are selling the personal plan for $49 a year, for example, you can put $349 a year if you want, right? It's your business, so you would be able to control the pricing on those plans. Of course, you'll also have access to the free plan to attract users and things like that. And this will be the first version of white label there. There are a lot of questions with affiliates. There are a lot of questions there on the white label, but we'll start with this first basic option, and then we'll move from there based on demand and on need. But you'll basically be able from that point on to apply and get a license and sell Brizy Cloud as your own. Set prices, and you'll have a branded admin, custom notification, custom domains. You'll have your personal SaaS project that you'll be able to sell to your clients.
We're looking forward. Let's look at the goodies.
Yes, let me just because I've explained the white label and things like that in the cloud. Let me just
the little sidetrack there.
Yeah. Let me just open the.
Dimitri, why you don't have as much gray hair in your beard like I do? That tells me you're 10 years younger than me, right?
Yeah, maybe I have enough gray in my let me see in my hair.
Yeah, I
here,
started
so.
there too, and then but this 1 year tells your real age, so you're still, yeah. I'm envious. Yeah, Dimitri, the community is asking about merchandise. When do we see the hoodies and the t-shirts?
I got that question a couple of times lately, actually, but I've always thought that merchandise is something that the huge influencers do, right? I never saw it like but it's an interesting thing to approach. I know that you told me that we need some hoodies for our live streams with Brizy. So yeah, we'll have to look into that. So we are so focused on the product and developing it and doing it and things like that that these tangential things like merchandise and things like this were low on the priority list. But if the request is there, we can set it up. I think that there are a couple of options out there to create a merchandise store really fast or something like this. Let me just open this funnels thing. Okay. Okay, let me just share my screen.
At the bottom.
Share screen. Application window, sketch, share. Can you see, guys? Can you see my screen?
I'm putting it up now. There we go.
Okay, so what I have here, let me just hide this. No, come back. Okay, what I have here is our main sketches file. You can see here on the left hand. I will show you only funnels, but we have all sorts of things, the prototype designed here, animations and stories and things like that. But I will not go into anything else. This is our funnels. How we'll approach this, and I'll go through the main interface here in the left sidebar. Again, this is only the design prototype. We didn't. I don't. This is not something that works right now. It is a proposed prototype, so things might change until we come to implement it. But this is the main idea. So what are funnels? Just to start from the top, guys, you are familiar with funnels. It's a way to funnel users into a conversion goal, right? Through pages, pop-ups, and things like that. So this is what you'll be able to create here. It will be here in the left sidebar, and as you can see here at the top, we'll have this funnel functionality where you'll be able to create steps. And these steps will be either pages or pop-ups. So you'll be able to create a landing page, for example, what my example here in this funnel. And this is only a funnel. If you want to create another funnel, you'll need to create other steps. What I've created simulated here is a couple of steps, and this is a landing page, then an upsell pop-up, for example, and then a downsell, and then another step, a fourth step, right? When you we have here on the top, I didn't cover this part. We have here on the top the goals. So you'll be able to set a couple of goals to watch, to have it in front of your eyes anytime you come here to measure progress. This would be the users that actually seen this step, and of course it's at 100%. And then we'll have our funnel. As you can see, the funnel, the percentage here, conversion percentage drops from step to step. So basically, you'll have 100% of users saw your landing page, and then only 3,000 came to the next step. And this will be a conversion goal in how much you've actually converted in terms of dollars, and this will be linked with WooCommerce and things like that. So basically, you'll get a nice and an idea on how your funnel is performing in real time. So you'll be able to get in and access it and modify certain things, tweak it. As you know, with funnels, little changes and things like this, moving things a bit in front of a user, more in front of the users, and changing things might improve your conversion rates. So you'll have these goals and also these measures in real time to be able to make changes and adjust your funnels very fast. Let me go to the second screen here. When you click one of these options, it will bring up a toolbar. You might be used to this because we've tried to use the same toolbars and the same options you usually use in Brizy. So you'll be able to be adjusted with it. If you click this first icon, you'll go to that step in the builder, and you'll be able to modify that step. The second icon is you'll set a goal. So if you want the step 3 to be as a goal here at the top, you'll press this. This is a toggle. So you'll it's like the bold on text. You'll press it, and this step will go here for you to have an idea, to monitor it. The second, it will open the. Let me see if I have here. Yes. So the third here, the gear, it will open the step here with more options, and you'll be able to control Slag and some other options like SEO description and things like that. Of course, the next ones, the duplicate and delete step. And here at last we have adding a new step. And when you add a new step in the funnel, you either add a page, so you can add a new page, or you can add a pop-up. So basically, a new step in the funnel experience for your users can be a pop-up. And as you can see, the funnel is basically encapsulated in you create the pages inside the funnel. It's not like it is right now. You can for example right now create funnels from pages. So basically, if you create 3-4 pages in a row and link through it, you can create a funnel. But it will be funnel only in name, because you will not have this information that is very important for funnels, this conversion goals information, and you will not have these pages encapsulated and put in one funnel, right? So you create one funnel here with all the pages, all the steps, and of course you'll be able to start from scratch, and you'll be able to add the entire funnels. We'll design layouts and we'll design all the pages and entire funnels. You'll be able to start and import those funnels. Let me see what I have here. Yes, these are other variations for icons or things like that. We've tried here another option, more subtle options. For example, with 3 dots. Here is a more in your face icon. But with what I have here is the main prototype design file in Sketch. So this is why a lot of things repeat themselves here. And here we've tried an option with the steps being with these blue points. We are still working on it, but this is This is the main idea. I don't have anything more to show you because this is the funnel functionality. We'll have. Yeah,
and
please,
it's a design. I see a few people ask, where can they get this now? No, it's a design. It's a concept, and there's still a lot to be done. And I can guarantee you, as we get closer to those milestones, we will start showcasing it to you. We'll get your feedback, so you guys will know when this is getting closer, but not this Christmas. Okay?
No, for sure, not this Christmas. It's we have to build all the functionality here with the analytics, because we need to catch all the views here. We need to my screen is still showing. Yes, it's still showing. Okay.
Yeah.
We need to catch all the views here. We need to calculate all the conversions from page to page, and there is a component of analytics there that we need to build in. You will not have to implement Google Analytics or any other analytics for that matter. Everything related to the funnels will be built in directly in this functionality, and we need time to put this together. Also, it will be linked with WooCommerce. So basically, you'll be able to all these upsells, all these steps will eventually finalize into a conversion buying product. So that will be linked with a WooCommerce product. So we'll need all that put together. This is design only yet, but it will be implemented for sure. It will be next year. As I've told you, it will be in WordPress first, and then it will come to cloud. But this is our approach. You'll be in the builder. You'll create a funnel like you create, for example, pop-ups. If you know our pop-up functionality, you'll go in Brizy, in the Brizy dashboard, and you'll go to funnels and create a new funnel. And when you create a new funnel, you'll jump into the builder directly, and you'll manage everything here directly in your funnel. Create new steps, view set goals, and view the analytics. Okay. We'll also, and I've told you this, but I'll tell you again. We'll also have you'll be able, of course, to start from scratch and build your funnels the way you want with the regular Brizy tools and all the elements and things like that. But we'll also have specific funnels created, designed, and implemented, so you'll be able to very easily start from importing an entire funnel with all the steps. And what will remain is for you to only link a product and modify some things here and there. But this is the ideal implementation at 100%. It's possible it will come when it will be ready, and we'll leave the design a bit for later. But you guys will be kept in the loop, and as soon as we have some functionality here, as JP said, we'll showcase it to you. We'll show it to you, and I'm sure there are among you a bunch of marketers that are more knowledgeable in this funnels business, and can help us with some feedback and with some maybe some options that there are needed there that we didn't think about, and things like that.
All right, great. Yep. And there we have the showcase, which we've been voting for and finally got it. Thank you so much, Dimi. And that brings us to the end of our town hall session for, I would say, this year. I would say, guys.
Yes, I would say.
We may still have a webinar on the web stories. We may still. No promises there. But in terms of a town hall, I think we can say it's our last town hall for 2020.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do something with a glass of wine around Christmas holidays, just to relax and pop a champagne or something. But I actually when when I go at night, like this time is like 20, it's almost 10 p.m. I always end the night with a glass of wine or a beer, and it will be a great time to spend that time with you guys. Maybe later this month.
Yeah, I agree. And Jay, you are right. Tonight is way past my bedtime, and it's been an early morning for me. So my eyes have been really going like this. I'm looking forward to the bed there. And thanks for those of you who've also stayed up with us tonight. And for those of you starting your day, energy, have a good day. And remember, stay safe, guys. This is the new world. And we'll still be with you. The videos are still coming out, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have another webinar or even 2 before the end of the year, and then have that class with Dimi. Also looking forward to that one.
See you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for being with us and for all the support. We are grateful and appreciate. That's it, I guess. See you in the next one.
All right. Bye-bye.